Hello, everyone. I am Caroline Passmore, the owner of CRP Specialists Inc. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the five numbers that every trade business owner should track. And I'm not even talking about using fancy dashboards. So I am really glad that you're here today because I want to just cut through that noise. No fancy dashboards, as I said, no complicated spreadsheets, just those five numbers that every trade business owner needs to track if you want to know how healthy your business really is. Because many people really overcomplicate this stuff, and you really don't need to be a data analyst or anything like that. You just need to understand what matters and where to find it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a little bit of how to make that happen. So before we dive in, here's the honest truth. You can't fix what you don't measure. You might have money coming in and a lot of jobs lined up, but that doesn't mean that your business is healthy. You've got to know what's working, what's not, and what needs your attention. So these five numbers are the heartbeat of your business. If you keep your eye on them, you will always know if things are on track. And even without those fancy dashboards or those reports. So who here actually checks their numbers every week? Let me know. Drop a check mark if that's you, or the hands up emoji if it's more like whenever I remember or whenever I think about it. There's no judgment either way. I just want to know one way or the other if that's which way you are actually going. So let's grab your notebooks because I am going to give you a lot of information here, and this is information that matters most. Okay, so revenue. You want to start here because this tells you what is actually coming in, but it only means something when you compare it to your costs. Okay. Then there's the gross profit. This one shows what's left after materials and labor. It's where you see if you're pricing the jobs right. If this number is slipping, then that's your first red flag. All right. Then your overhead expenses. That's your rent, your software, insurance, all that stuff that keeps the lights on. Too many contractors don't realize how fast that these expenses really can creep up. Then four, that's your net profit. And this is your bottom line. And that's what's left after everything is paid. If you are not watching this every month, then you are truly running blind. Then, of course, your cash balance. That's number five. It is simple, but it's crucial. How much cash is in the bank today? I know that's not the number we want to actually base anything on, but we do need to understand how much money is in the bank. You'd be surprised how many profitable businesses run out of cash because they don't track the timing of your cash. Now, you don't need to be an MBA to do all of this. You just need to know where to look. So I'm going to give you a little bit additional information, but those are the basic five things I want you to keep an eye on in your financials. Now, out of those fives, which one do you think gives you the biggest headache right now? Type it in the chat, and then I want to see what's hitting home. Okay. So now this is the big part. Where do you find those numbers? I know most of you probably are not aware of where you find those numbers. So now you don't need to build a custom dashboard. Your field application in QuickBooks already have most of what you need right there inside of them. Now, in your field service application, check your job summaries for revenue and your direct costs. Most of you are keeping all of that stuff inside of those field service applications. Not all, but most. And because we want to make sure that those things are being held inside those field service applications. Then in QuickBooks, pull a profit and loss report for your gross profit and your net profit, because that's where you're going to find those numbers. Then you check your balance sheet for cash on hand and overhead totals. So once you know where they live, it'll take 5 minutes every week to review these things. That's it. And you'll catch those problems early and you avoid nasty cash flow surprises. Now, how many of you out there are using QuickBooks reports regularly right now? Just drop me a smile emoji if it's a yes, or a little, one of those the emojis if it's been a while. I mean, I get it. Some of you don't look inside your QuickBooks at all. Some of you don't even get reports on a regular basis. It's all good. We can fix these things. Now, you don't need to track this stuff in a spreadsheet. It, you just need to make it a habit to pay attention. Every Friday or whatever day you close your week, it doesn't have to be a Friday, it just has to be a day. Take 5 minutes to check these 5 numbers. Then ask yourself, are we hitting our revenue goals? Did gross profit hold steady? Are overhead expenses climbing? Is our net profit where it should be? And do we have enough cash for next week's payroll and materials? Then, once you start to do this on a regular basis, you'll start to see patterns. And once you see them, you can make better decisions without guesswork. So, if I made you pick one number to start tracking this week, which would it be? Drop it in the chat and make it official. Start tracking it. Now, that's it. Those are 5 numbers. And that's all you need to stay in control. Well, that's not all, but that's a start to stay in control of your business. Don't get lost in those dashboards or overcomplicate it. Just focus on what actually matters. Now, when you know these numbers, you're not reacting, you're leading. You're leading your business. And that's the difference between running your business and your business running you. If you want help setting this up, or you're not sure what your numbers are really telling you, send me a message after this live and we'll figure it out together. Now, before you go, tell me in the chat, do you want me to break down each of these 5 numbers one by one in a future session? Because I can definitely do that. So I'll wait to see some of your responses and see what you say, because it may be that I will add a future episode in my future circle community for that breakdown. But more on that soon, okay, about my future circle community. So stay tuned. Anyways, I hope you all have a truly amazing day. Thanks for watching.